tell you something. If you took away the money,
It's over. Boston College wins all the way.
It's a touchdown for Miami.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown. Torrey Holt. Johnson's there. Touchdown.
And there's Orange in the end zone.
One of the biggest plays in Duke history.
A moment of magic.
I'm Jeff Michelle here at the ACC DN Studios. A simple twist of fate, or twist of an ankle, could have prevented this week's throwback game from going down in ACC lore. Early in the 2006 season, Boston College quarterback Matt Ryan suffered a sprained ankle, and he didn't practice most of the week leading up to the Clemson game. But the Eagles needed him, all of him, as the game went to double overtime. As you watch the game, follow the ACC DN Twitter feed as well. I'm taking it over, and I'll be tweeting cool and interesting things, at least to me. So enjoy Clemson, BC 2006. Mark Jones and David Norrie have the call for our throwback game here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
One of the great traditions of college football in Boston is the pre-game clam chowder. That's right, but you can't put just anything in it and call it clam chowder. You need just the right mix, and that's what we have on the field today. Two teams looking for just the right winning formula. Second down and 10. Blitz coming. Nice catch by the hot receiver. He goes right back to Rendrick Taylor. They're going to mark the ball just shy of the first down. Actually, it's going to be close.
Well, we talked about Rendrick Taylor on the prior play getting down the field. How about the size of Rendrick Taylor? He's a hybrid player, they call him, Mark Jones. Yeah. And a super athletic tight end, somewhere in between an athletic tight end and a big wide receiver.
He is first team all-airport team. Had a chance to see him down on the field before the game. Looks great in the airport and on the field.
Well, what a job stretching out and making that reception. Not a well-thrown ball by Proctor.
3rd and 1. Hits the hot receiver again for the first down. That's Stuckey. And Stuckey brought down at the 11-yard line. Stuckey shows you why he was first team All-ACC a season ago.
Well, you have Stuckey, you have Kelly, and then you have Rendrick Taylor. 3 wide receivers on the perimeter that really complement this power running game. Will Proctor has all the tools. They're not going to ask him to win football games. They're going to ask him to distribute the football.
Clemson in a nice rhythm right now offensively. A 16-yard pickup on the last play. On 1st and 10, play fake to Merriweather, and it's incomplete. Good pressure up front. Once again, it's Austin Giles. And there's a flag down.
Austin Giles has done a great job early maintaining his discipline off his defensive end position.
You're going to call it grounding.
And I think that's a good call. Will Proctor trying to dump it. That's twice that Proctor has come out on a bootleg and met face-to-face with Mr. Giles. Once again, left of your screen, Giles not getting caught inside. The coaches love that, Jonesy. Defensive coaches love watching the film on Sunday and seeing their defensive ends stay at home, especially against athletic quarterbacks.
Frank Spaziani right there on your screen, David, the defensive coordinator for Boston College, really wary of Clemson's experience and their speed at the tailback position coming into this game. Second down, 21 to go for the Tigers. And out and up, complete, touchdown, Grisham. Grisham on the receiving end of the touchdown pass from Will Proctor, 21 yards for the touchdown. And what a move he made to get in the end zone. Proctor threw a BB. His 4th touchdown pass of the season, the 7th of his career. Challenger and Gonzalez, 2 talented wide receivers lined up to the left of Ryan on this 3rd down. But he comes over the middle complete to his favorite target this year. Ryan Purvis, the tight end, has a first down for the Eagles. At the 21-yard line of the Tigers, a pickup of 16 yards. Ryan Purvis caught 5 balls last week against Central Michigan. Boy, he's looking good.
Yeah, the offensive coaches for Boston College said we're playing with backups this year, guys that have been backups in the past. But you're right, Mark. You watch him on the game field last week, and it's become pretty apparent that he's the go-to guy at the tight end position.
Single back formation. Whitworth brought down immediately by Nick Watkins, which gives us a great opportunity to talk about these Clemson linebackers. Watkins, Clay, and Nelson, the starters, picking up the slack from Waters, who we spoke with a moment ago.
Well, Clay backed up Waters a year ago at middle linebacker, and this fall he was moved outside, and there was a real question this week as to where he would play. As we look at Nick Watkins, the weak side backer, they decided to move Clay back inside with Cavell Connor on the outside.
Play fake by Ryan, going down the middle of the field. Contact, and that's going to be pass interference against C.J. Gaddis. Rich Gunnell was working on the post and forced the penalty. It appeared as if their legs got tangled up. But explanations don't count in the game of football. It'll be 1st and 10. Pass interference against Clemson.
Gunnell again testing this Clemson secondary on a vertical route. This time it's an over-the-top post. And the contact coming just as the ball arrived. And even though the penalty goes against the Tigers here, I think Matt Ryan overshot him on that ball by about 2 or 3 yards. And fortunate for Boston College, Matt Ryan still not looking comfortable. And he talked about his left ankle with the injury. And of course, you plan on the right foot. That's the good news. The problem is you transfer your weight to that front foot, and I don't think he's comfortable yet throwing the ball from the pocket.
See if he can work it out on 1st and goal for Boston College. He does work it out. Challenger, touchdown. And Ryan looked pretty good on the last part of that drive to finish it off. Andre Callender is running back beside Ryan. And Ryan throws it behind Callender, incomplete. This sets up a 2nd down and 10. Getting reports of a little bit of a shuffling on the offensive line. They've had some problems with the center and quarterback exchange. There's a look at one of the leaders up front, Josh Beekman, the All-American candidate, and that's him taking the snaps right now, taking over from Kevin Sheridan.
Well, they probably had one bad snap too many with Sheridan as far as Tom O'Brien was concerned.
Beekman showing off his Outland Trophy candidacy. 12th play of the drive, and a gaping hole. Callender brought down at the 1-yard line by Clemens. It's 1st and goal for the for Boston College. 1st down and goal for BC. Trailing Clemson, and it's Callender that has been carrying the load for most of this drive offensively on the ground. Callender again, this time stopped up short. The ball's on the ground, and it's loose. Clemson has it. Gaines Adams recovering the fumble. And Clemson catches a break.
You got to secure the ball down on the goal line, Jonesy, and you can't help but think, no Brian Toll.
This would have been his opportunity. This would have been his time. Brian Toll is usually their short yardage back. The linebacker, though, was shaken up earlier in this game.
Defensive coordinators talk about stopping teams inside the 5 as well.
Spiller and Merriweather, the backs. Beside Proctor, and out of the backfield is going to be Spiller, the freshman, in space, where he is lethal. Shaken, rocking, lacerating that defense. C.J. Spiller with the turbo kicking in. C.J. all the way. 82 yards. Demoralizing and deflating sequence for the Boston College defense. Shows you why he was the sprint champion in the state of Florida in high school in 2006. C.J. Spiller goes over 80 yards for the score. And gets his first career touchdown in the process. Clemson now leading 17-7. What a swing of momentum. Boston College within a yard of going ahead. Now they trail by 10 points, David. Doing good work in the backfield so far for the Clemson Tigers. Boston College deferred after winning the toss, so they get a chance to receive here in the second half, and this is Smith. He has been a game breaker. Smith could go all the way. Smith like a rocket. Touchdown. Jeff Smith, 96 yards. He had 2 for 44 yards. This one, he took it all the way.
Twice in the first half, the Eagles fell down by 10 points. And both times, Smith came back with nice kickoff returns to give the Eagles field position. And this time, he's gone.
It's going to be Spiller time. C.J. Spiller tiptoes out of bounds at the 24-yard line, moving the chains for another first down. And Rendrick Taylor, at his size, delivered a blow for a nice block there.
Yeah, Taylor did do a job on the outside. And if you're going to play for Tommy Bowden, you're going to be a blocker at the wide receiver position. And it calls to mind a guy who went to the NFL, Rod Gardner. And while he was a great pass catcher and still is at the NFL level, he was called upon as a physical blocker outside. Clemson has the size outside to get some things done on the perimeter.
First down and 10 for the Tigers at the 24. Spiller brought down by Raja, and he may have gotten some of the face mask. C.J. Spiller nodding his head and say, yeah, he got me.
Yeah, the only question is whether this will be a 5 or a 15-yarder. And Spiller gives you an aspect. Defensive coordinators in the ACC, they're going to pick up number 28 in a hurry when they flip on the switch on that film projector.
You trying to say that he's part of the scouting report now? Certainly. Yeah, he got all of it, too.
Place man. Defense number 19. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
They hit him with the long ride on the penalty. Down to the 11-yard line.
Raji figured if I'm going to get a piece, I'm going to get a big piece, and he got his mitts out there. Not a tough one to call for this officiating crew, and now all of a sudden Boston College risking falling behind once again in this football game.
First down and 10. Clemson answering the kickoff return of 96 yards by Jeff Smith. Moving it down the field, Proctor looks over and gets the ball from the sideline. It's a 4-receiver formation. Now they go empty with Spiller in motion. Proctor can use his legs. And he put it on the ground and fumbled. No official signal yet, although it appeared Marion Dukes from Clemson pounced on the loose pill. It's going to be Tiger football. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Grisham is split wide just outside the bottom of your screen. That's Taylor to the top of your screen. Little jailbait screen. Stuckey put it on the ground. And this time, Boston College got it. Francois.
Welcome back to the ACC DN Studios. I'm Jeff Fischel. Now seems like a really good time to remind you that the year before this throwback game, in 2005, these teams went to overtime as well. It was BC's first ever ACC road game. The Eagles won that one 16-13. So let's get you back out now to Chestnut Hill, tied at 17 to start the fourth quarter.
Well, Proctor 17 of 29, a career high 241 yards. Hands it off to Davis. And Davis is brought down at the line of scrimmage by Jolonn Dunbar. Well, time permitting, stay tuned for the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report. John, Craig, and Doug will have scores and highlights from a busy Saturday afternoon in college football. Throws the ball on the 40-yard line for the quarterback, Will Proctor. Waited 4 years to become the starting quarterback behind Whitehurst, and Proctor learned the nuances of the quarterbacking position as a youngster, as a teenager, coming up and going to the football camps at the University of Florida, of all places, from Steve Spurrier. Second down and 12. Into traffic and knocked loose at the 37-yard line. Good defense that time. Aaron Kelly couldn't squeeze it. And for more on Proctor, downstairs to Stacy.
Well, Mark, you know, he's really made Will Proctor an effort to get better and be a leader of this team. He actually, over the summer, went over to the Atlanta Falcons practice to catch up with DJ Shockley, who we remember did a great job at Georgia, taking over their team in the final season and taking them to an SEC championship. He wants to do the same thing here. Shockley told him, just have fun, lay it all on the line, Mark.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. He told Proctor, don't try and get 4 years worth of memories in one season. 3rd and 12. Up top, complete for a first down, Taylor, and then some. And a late flag thrown on the sidelines as well. Rendrick Taylor making the reception. And a clutch, soft touch that time from Will Proctor, picking up 24 yards. Let's see what this flag is all about, too. There's a look at Taylor. Last season, disappointed, had a broken hand. A personal foul against Boston College.
That personal foul will take the ball halfway to the goal line, and Will Proctor sat in. Nick Larkin, the big defensive end for Boston College, came free. We talked about tests for young quarterbacks. Go ahead and roll it. Now let's freeze it right here. I mean, that is a defender in your face, and he delivers a beautiful ball on the post corner route. Go ahead and roll it. I mean, how about that throw to the perimeter on the post corner route to Rendrick Taylor?
Threw that ball, David, before Taylor came out of his break.
He not only got rid of the football, but that was one of the better throws that we've seen in this early college football season.
3rd and goal for the Tigers. They spotted at the 1. Full house backfield. Davis gets it. No problem. Touchdown, Tigers. His second rushing touchdown of the season, the 11th of his career. You don't need the video for that one. Save it for Bob Saget. Looking for the out and up again. Ryan up for grabs. There's a fight for it. Who's got it? Hamlin was there first, and it's Clemson football. Michael Hamlin with the pick.
This is a double move, but that's Merling, 94, and he's going to get up into Matt Ryan. Doesn't get much contact, but he affects the delivery of the football.
After review, there is indisputable video evidence that BC player had the ball and was down.
Wow. You talk about a catastrophic result potentially for Clemson.
Well, there are a lot of Clemson Tiger fans I know out there that are saying, come on, that is that is not right. But keep in mind, Challenger, he's on the ground. The ball has not quite come out. I mean, it's just a split second. And even if it's a simultaneous catch and Challenger goes to the ground, it doesn't matter what happens after Challenger is on the ground.
There's the reaction of Tommy Bowden. Callender's the deep back. Complete. Brought down at the 1-yard line. Tony Gonzalez with another clutch reception for Boston College. A pickup of 12, first and goal for the Eagles.
Oh, do we have a great one going here at Boston College? And who else but Tony Gonzalez? When this team gets in a pinch, when they need a big catch, Gonzalez is there to make the play. He's the go-to guy and shows a great feel for working in the gut of the defense. Nice ball from Ryan.
Whitworth, the deep back out of the eye. Ryan keeps it. No signal. No signal. Still no touchdown signal. Did they lose him in the pile? No, it's second down. Surprising to see Ryan do the quarterback sneak on that bad wheel.
Not at all. That's a safe play. You do not want to give a defense a chance to get penetration. He's a big quarterback, goes close to 6'6", 225. I think they'll sneak again here.
Second and goal. Keeps it again. This time he scores. Touchdown, Eagles. Play drive eclipsing 58 yards and 1 point short of tying this game up. Ohlinger knocks it through, and it's 24 apiece with 4:59 to go in this, a very compelling ACC conference opener for Boston College and Clemson. Last year down in Death Valley, they went into overtime before BC finally won 16-13. Under the lights at Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, I'm Mark Jones along with David Norrie and Stacey Dales. You saw the toss. Here's the rules. Each team gets one possession from the opponent's 25 until the winner's decided. No game clock, the play clock only, and you have to go for a 2-point conversion starting in the third overtime if it gets that far. First down and 10 from the 25, Boston College. This is Callender. A nice gain down to the 18-yard line, got about 7. A young man that's facing a little adversity tonight. He had a critical fumble at the 1-yard line, which cost them a touchdown potentially.
Well, Matt Ryan is no stranger to overtimes against Clemson. He led this team to a 16-13 win down at Death Valley, as you mentioned earlier, Jonesy, and that was on a 1-yard plunge by Brian Toll, who was knocked out of this football game early.
Second down and 3. Callender again stopped up short of the first down. It'll be third down and a long 2, almost 3 to go. Antonio Clay, the middle linebacker, making the stop on the play. And there's some Clemson fans down at this end of the end zone.
Clemson was 5-0 in overtimes until last year, and 2 huge ACC losses. That triple overtime loss against Miami, and then, of course, the loss to Boston College in the first overtime a year ago. So Clemson in danger here of having another heartbreaker.
Third and a long 2. Ryan, incomplete. And Ryan Ohlinger, who is just 50% on the season, will come onto the field and attempt a field goal for Boston College on 4th down and 2.
Well, and that's what you ask of your defense, a defense that can come in and get a 3 and out in a big overtime period. Tommy Bowden has to be thrilled with his defensive performance here in the first overtime.
This one coming from 35 yards out. He made one from this distance earlier, then subsequently missed from 36. Good snap, and he just punches this one through. Boston College leads by 3. But Clemson now has an opportunity on offense. First and 10 for the Tigers. Proctor, Stuckey, at the 2-yard line. Chancey Stuckey makes the catch. And that ball had a feathery touch on it from Will Proctor.
What a route from Stuckey. And you're right, Mark Jones. He had to put a little touch on this ball, take a little bit off it. Not the best ballistics in the world. And ideally, you'd like to win the game keeping it on the ground with a safe play, but I think Will Proctor is going to have to go back to the air if they're going to win in this first overtime.
Merriweather's the lone back to the right of Proctor. Stuckey in motion to the top of your screen. Proctor swallows it, and they sack him back at the 16. Larkin again. And it's 3rd and goal. Consecutive stout plays by the Boston College defense. Frank Spaziani called up the right one that time.
Well, in a combination route at the top of the screen for Clemson, and Will Proctor does not like the picture down the football field. Did not get good separation from either receiver. Smart play to eat the football. And now Clemson faced with 3rd and long.
3rd and goal. Kelly split to the bottom of the screen. Backside pressure. It's complete. Out of the backfield, Spiller. He gets back some of the yardage, and it'll be 4th and goal. In comes the field goal unit. After giving up a big play all the way down to the 3-yard line on 1st down, Clemson unable to punch it in. The Boston College defense, to their credit, coming up huge.
And really a missed opportunity. 1st and goal inside the 5. They're going to look back on the play call out of that full house backfield. Spiller losing yardage. They have the game on the line here, Jonesy.
Dean made one from 26, missed one from 52 earlier today. This one coming from 30 yards out. They got it down, and he drills it through. We're tied at 27. On to the next overtime period. 3 seconds. Proctor this time finds his man at the 21, and Stuckey got hit hard but hung on to it. Tribble delivered the blow, but he got back a nice chunk of that real estate. Well, 3rd down and about 6 to go, a pickup of 19.
And how about Chancey Stuckey? He's going to run a seam route right here and working into the center of the field. And again, great timing by Proctor. That's a dangerous throw, but he fit the ball in. Clemson was in a tough situation there. You don't pick up a 1st down. They're not in Dean's field goal range. Nice little hit to finish off the play from the Boston College secondary.
Out of the shotgun. Got it. Stuckey. Short of the end zone. Less than a yard out. Silva made a game-saving, potentially, tackle. And it's 1st and goal. Let's see what they do this time with the opportunity.
Chancey Stuckey has made a lot of gold in this football game by working to the middle of the field. Seam routes, slants, skinny posts.
They were down here before and only got a field goal. Davis. Touchdown. Clemson takes the lead. They went with the sophomore, James Davis. Last year's ACC Rookie of the Year, giving Clemson a 6-point advantage. Wilson, the fullback, helping out with the blocking. Oh, it's tipped, and it's blocked. Jolonn Dunbar came up with a huge play. And the lead is 6 and not 7. Dunbar, the symbol of extra effort. That could be a huge play for Boston College. They've got to get to the 15 for the 1st down. They have to score on this possession. Challenger with the catch and the 1st down at the 12-yard line. It was Callender's reception late in regulation, a disputed one that led to the game-time score, which vaulted us into overtime.
I can't tell you how well both of these quarterbacks have played in this football game. Matt Ryan is a relatively young quarterback. Will Proctor only getting his third start, both giving us heroic performances in a double overtime game.
Whitworth the lone back, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, ace formation. Whitworth gets it. Tiptoes over a couple of would-be tacklers down to the 6. Whitworth is the deep back lining up out of the eye. It's his time. LV nicely for the touchdown.
Big extra point, Jonesy.
Ohlinger in for what you would think would be a routine extra point. And Boston College wins. It's over.
Clemson coach Tommy Bowden would admit afterwards it was the only time he could remember losing a game on a PAT. It was the first home win over a ranked team for Tom O'Brien in his 10 seasons at Boston College. After the 2006 season, he would leave Chestnut Hill to take the job at NC State. That Eagles team finished 10-3 with a win in the Meineke Car Care Bowl. Clemson finished 8-5, losing in the Music City Bowl. I'm Jeff Fischel. Thanks for watching ACC Throwback, the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.